What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 5 of Dragon Ball. Just a reminder, you guys, my reaction is going to be under my YouTube memberships. If you guys don't know about it, I have 2 levels over there. One of them is for $2.99 and level 2 is for $4.99. Level 1 is going to get you priority replies, special polls, and live streams with me. And level 2 is for $4.99 and it's going to get you everything that level 1 has, plus all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs and all of my reactions to all the shows and movies that I watch. So if you want to see the reaction to this episode, you're going to have to go over there and become a member and find out. Now, I am having a lot of fun watching Dragon Ball, okay? You would think that I would be used to it by now. It's 5 episodes in, but I still do not understand why he continues to touch the private areas to confirm whether somebody's a male or female. So they took the shapeshifter, the little pig, with them. I keep forgetting his name, my gosh. But I guess they were in the car and they were ready to go, on their journey, of course, to figure things out. And Bulma decided to bring him along. And at first he thought that she brought him along because he was her type or whatever. She was like, no, I think I could just use your special powers to, do what we got to do. He got upset about that. So they were sitting here having a conversation in the car on the way to where they were going to go. And they were talking about how he was a pig, how, he's like, oh, I'm not good enough for you. And then he sits back down and they mentioned something about him being a guy. And of course, here he comes tapping on his stuff. And I'm like, why does he continue to do that? Why does he continue to touch the private areas of everything and everyone? It's like he really doesn't, he's not grasping that he shouldn't do that. That's just his thing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I said you would think that I was used to it. And I'm not. It still surprises me up until now, okay? So anyway, so they get to this area and Bulma loses her dino caps. She doesn't know where they are. Meanwhile, on the way there, she gives the little pig a little vitamin, okay? This little vitamin is supposed to help him because he was hungry. So, what's his name was like, oh, no, I'm hungry too. Do you have any more? And she's like, no, that was my last one. But it was all a trap, I can tell. So then they finally get to the destination. And as she's looking for her dino cap, she doesn't have them. So he ends up trying to escape. Because he's just like, okay, I want no parts of it, right? So then he hides out. And now Bulma's telling what's his name to go find him. So he gets on his cloud and he's looking for him. He can't find him. So then all of a sudden Bulma is like, here, piggy, 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 and all of a sudden you see him, you see him start losing it, and all of a sudden he's got to use the bathroom. So the thing that she gave him was almost like a laxative. And every time he hears piggy, 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 it makes him want to go to the bathroom. So now she's really got him trapped because she thinks that he stole the dino caps anyway, which we have yet to see where they went. I don't know where they went. But anyway, so now she needs him to shift into something that can help them get some type of transportation because she doesn't have her dino caps. They're stuck. The boat now doesn't work. He had to turn into a paddle in order for them to paddle their way to land from going across the water. So now, he's turning into, I guess a scooter, right? She sits on it and he immediately goes flat. And they're sitting there calling each other names. He's like, well, it's not my fault that I can't hold a horse like you or something like that. And she's getting so pissed off. So then he's like, oh, I got an idea. So he turns into her undies. He's like, well, why don't you wear these and one of us can walk or something like that? And she's like, oh my God. And she literally mushes him down as he's looking like her undies. So anyway, they come across this desert area and it looks creepy. Like there's nothing there. Now they're hot, they're hungry, they have no transportation. Like they have nowhere to go at this point. So she kind of like climbs underneath one of these sculptures or whatever that's in this desert area. Meanwhile, there's a little, I don't know what you would call it, a little cat monkey thing that's looking out from above, and they're like, ooh, victims. I'm like, what? So then in there is this guy. I forgot his name. They said his name towards the end of the episode. So he apparently wants to kill them. I don't know if he uses them as food or what. So now he rides on his bike and he's got a sword and he comes up to them and he doesn't see Bulma. He only sees the other two. So Bulma's napping or sleeping or whatever. So they start going at it. They're fighting each other, and then all of a sudden oh my God, Goku uses his power stick to, fight the guy. He's like, where'd you get that from? And he tells him, my grandfather, and he says his name. He was like, oh, I know of him, or something like that. And so they're still kind of fighting. And at some point, he's like really beating him up. And he kind of turns into like, one minute you see him and then the next minute you see a wolf. And I'm like, where the heck did this wolf come from? But you see him and he's like hitting him and he's really whooping his little butt, right? But eventually they stop. So now they're just continuing on with their quest on trying to figure out how the heck they're going to get out of this place. But I am having a lot of fun, you guys. I'm definitely having a lot of fun watching this. I'm not bored with it or anything. And this is one of those things where I was just like, you know what? I don't know if I would ever really get into anime, but ever since Tyrone introduced me to anime, and I've watched a couple of things already, not just this now. But, once you start, especially if it's like a story and it has interesting plots and things like that, you kind of start getting connected to it. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of this. But once again, you're going to have to go over there and become a member if you want to see the reaction to this episode from me. But in the meantime, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed my review for episode 5 of Dragon Ball. Let me know how you guys like this episode. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!